I was speaking to our great leader, Dr. Pavan, 682-5 from Hyderabad. He was saying that he will do a special session for you in Telugu after this. So what an amazing leader. He comes personally to learn for himself so that he can train you in your own language. Amazing. Let's give him a big round of applause. Great leadership. And I just want to say welcome all of you guys. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Mingwei, and I come from a small country called Malaysia. I just want to see if you guys are with me. Please give me interaction in the group chat. If you have been to Malaysia before, please type 1 in the group chat if you have. Okay. If you have not, type 2. Malaysia. Dr. Avi. Wow. Follow not yet? Soon? Okay, who wants to come to Malaysia? If you want to come visit Malaysia, type M. If you want to come to visit Malaysia, if you want to visit us in Malaysia, if you want to buy your emGuarde in Malaysia, you want to take a training in Malaysia and see the sites, type M in the group chat. Amazing. That's great. Okay, Vamshiter, Koti, hope to see you guys here very, very soon. Jamal as well. So I come from Malaysia, and a little bit about me, guys. I have been with Enagic for the past 11 years. I have been with the Enagic business past 11 years. And what can I say about Enagic? Enagic has been truly, truly amazing. I was actually been introduced to Enagic by my amazing father. His name is Mr. Amos Sia. Some of you may know him as Sam Sia. He is a 6A7-6. Now, a little bit about my father. My father was the person who took a small little country called Malaysia to make it the #1 selling branch in the world for Kangen water machines. He made Malaysia #1. Now, he had a vision to grow this amazing business global, and he wanted to help a lot of people. So he, along with myself, we went to a beautiful country called India, and we started this market back in 2015. So this is slightly over 10 years ago we first came to India. And what can I say? India is truly amazing market. India was the #1 selling country in the world for Enagic in 2023. And you guys, this is just the beginning. And after we went to India, we went with my good friend, Mr. Simon. We went to a place in the Middle East called Dubai, UAE, to start the market there. And then we also went to Turkey to start the market. And we also went to Africa to start the market. Okay. So here we have launched so many countries all around the world for Enagic. And can I just say, every time we went to launch one of those countries, we were very, very excited for the amazing potential. And can I just say right now, I have been speaking to your leaders because I am equally excited today because of this amazing new opportunity called the emGuarde. Guys, emGuarde is a great opportunity. Let me tell you why. How? Because it is a new product. Okay, let me share a little bit about emGuarde. emGuarde, there are 2 types of people. #1, somebody like me. When I first learned about emGuarde a few years ago, I bought 3 emGuardes. How many, guys? I bought 3. So I bought 3. I put 1 in my bedroom, 1 in my living room here because that's where I work, and 1 is for traveling. But I never use emGuarde for my business. Why? Because I have been doing Enagic for 10 years. All I know is Kangen water. So I only focus Kangen water all the way. I don't focus on any other product. It wasn't until one day I saw my good friend, Mr. Simon. He's doing great business. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing? What's your new strategy? Okay, so I called him up, asked, what are you doing, brother? He said, you don't know? I said, I don't know. He said, it is, of course, the emGuarde. I'm like, emGuarde? Really? So I went home, I studied all about this product, I studied all about the business, and then I said, oh my gosh, I should have started this emGuarde earlier. So a few things about emGuarde that we can see. #1, okay, we currently, there's many people here. Some of you have big teams, some of you right, a little bit new, we have an existing group of distributors and users that we can instantly sell emGuarde to. Our good leader here, Mr. Koti, he is a 6A4-3, means he has a very big group. He can sell emGuarde to everybody in his group. Is that good news? That is great news. Not only that, guys, emGuarde is now cheaper than Kangen water machines. The Kangen water machine sells for 2,80,000. emGuarde, much less than 2 lakhs. Okay, 1 lakh plus. I don't remember the price. Later, Simon will share. Okay, this means that we can recruit a lot of people from the lower income group. We have a bigger market. Is that good news? That is great news. Not only that, guys, how many of you know people who want to join Enagic, but then they say, I don't like Kangen water. No matter what you say, no matter what the doctors say, no matter what testimonial you give, they say, I don't like Kangen water. Do you know anybody like that? I know a lot of people like that. And guess what? You show them emGuarde, they say, I want to come to Enagic. So they come with emGuarde to Enagic, and then they also buy Kangen water machines because they realize what a great product. So ladies and gentlemen, we have tremendous opportunity here with the amazing emGuarde product. Okay. Now, I just want to share something with you. This emGuarde product, don't sleep on it. Don't learn about it today and say, okay, never mind, I will wait until next year or something. Because there's one person in this room, he did not wait. He is my good friend, Mr. Simon Lowe, 6A2-4. Simon told me his story. He said when he first learned about emGuarde, he just finished building his business in Nigeria. Nigeria now, we have many, many leaders, okay, all under my good friend Simon. And he said when he came back from Nigeria, he wanted to rest. Okay, come back to Malaysia to rest. But suddenly he saw this amazing opportunity, emGuarde. They just launched emGuarde. And he said, wow, what an amazing product. And he said to himself, I am not the first in Malaysia for Kangen water machines, because he joined when Enagic Malaysia was like 4 or 5 years old. So he was not the first, but he said to himself, I promise myself I will be number one for this product, emGuarde. I will beat all these other leaders. They are -2, -3, -4, -5. I don't care. I will beat them. And guess what? He did that. Today, Simon is one of the #1 top sales in the world for emGuarde. And Mr. Shiro personally invite him to travel all across the world, all over Europe, all over America, all over India, all over Middle East, Africa, all over Asia. And I, because he's my good friend, I invited him to this Zoom today to share more about emGuarde. And by the way, Simon is not your sponsor. He is not Enagic staff. He is a sideline, and he's coming to help you. Isn't this amazing, guys? And let me share with you an amazing story, okay? Amazing story. Simon used this amazing emGuarde product, okay? He was a 6A2 before emGuarde. After emGuarde, he became 6A2-2. A few months later, he became 6A2-3. And then about 9 months later, he became a 6A2-4. He became -2, -3, -4 in how many months? 11 months. Oh my gosh, my mind is blown. Is that good? 11 months, -2, -3, -4? Bagundi? Very good. Jala bagundi. So guys, I want you guys to give me your full energy. First off, I'm going to invite every one of you, turn on your camera. I want to see your faces because we're going to be talking to you. I want to see your face. I want you to smile at me if you can. All right, thank you so much, guys. I want you to type in the group chat as well. If you are very excited about emGuarde and learning from Simon, type E in the group chat. If you're excited, type E in the group chat. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to type E. Wow. Guys, and smile and give us your full energy. Okay, guys, I don't know where you guys now. Are you guys in Hyderabad? Are you guys in Vizag? Are you guys, where are you guys? We are coming to AP, Telangana to visit you very, very soon. Only based on your energy today. Okay, emGuarde is E, energy is E, Enagic is E. So base, you guys need to give me full energy. Fantastic. Okay, we have Dravi here. He's from the US. Amazing. Okay, Jamal's going crazy. Yee, I love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my good friend all the way from Malaysia 682-4, Mr. Simon Low.
Thank you very much, Mingwei, for the warm introduction. And I would like to wish everybody a very good evening to everybody, especially our leader here. Is it Mr. Koti, right? Fantastic. So I think it's lovely to be here on the invitation of my upline, my sponsor, Mr. Mingwei. And are you guys drinking your Kangen 9.5? So I got my Kangen 9.5 here. I got my emGuarde just above my desk. This is becoming, it's a lifestyle. Everybody, type in the chat box. Enagic is a lifestyle. Everywhere we go, we have all the Enagic products because it's not just about healthy water you drink at home or things like that. It is about you have to
Wow.
embody it. It is a lifestyle, right? Everywhere you go, you have the water. Everywhere you go, you bring the emGuarde. Everywhere you go, you show people what you're doing, the business, and that's how you can really grow. All right. So good evening, everybody. Once again, I'm happy to be here. And tonight's Zoom call, I think the primary thing that I want to actually share with you guys is the power of the emGuarde. Oh, before that, let me just get this on. You guys would like this recorded, right? I can actually record this. I'll just record it to the cloud. And then I will send the recording link to Mingwei.
Recording in progress.
Okay, so I've been good evening, Polu. So I've been able to get a lot of success with the emGuarde product because it was very exciting. Can you guys write in the chat box how many years have you guys been involved in Enagic? Just type down how many years. I've been involved in Enagic since 2016. So that is 9 years, right? So I've been involved in Enagic for 9 years. How about you? Type in the chat box. Everybody must, I want to see everybody's answer because I want to know how long you guys have been involved. Polu just 2 months. Welcome. Relatively new member. Pandu 6 years. RK 5 years. Jamal 2 years. 8 years. 4 years. 4 years. 3 years. Koti is 7 years and 7 months. Very specific. 6 months, 6 years. Okay. So ranging from 2 months all the way to 8 years. Right? So we have the veterans, we have the new people also in the room. And whether you are somebody that's been involved for many years or somebody new, I think the emGuarde opportunity is so exciting for India because the product is not even in India yet. So you guys are learning about this at a very, very early stage. Okay. And if you truly take advantage of this opportunity, this technology, India with 1.4 billion people, this product is going to sell like crazy. And it will really ultimately depend which of the teams in India that's going to sell the most of this product because I'm quite confident that this product will sell really well or even better than Kangen water in time to come. Right. So if you're excited about it, if you want to learn, type 1 in the chat box. Then I can go into my presentation today because I got a lot of good things to share with you guys. You know, and I believe once you learn about it, you guys can start to implement it and you will be very successful. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Okay, so if you're ready, type 1 in the chat box. If you're ready and you're excited to learn. There's about 74 people on this Zoom so far. Fantastic. All right. So my presentation tonight is called Enagic 2.0. Ladies and gentlemen, what is Enagic 2.0? This is the next phase of Enagic. The next 50 years of Enagic. Those of you who are joining us for the first time, or maybe you're new to Enagic, you know that Enagic is already a 51-year-old company. In fact, if you've been to Okinawa, Enagic is not just a water company. It is a huge conglomerate in Okinawa. They own not just the factory, they own hotels, they own malls, they own ice skating rinks, and now Enagic is looking to acquire a university. They are a big company, back in Japan, right? But of course, all around the world, people know Enagic by the Kangen water. Now, Enagic 2.0 means it is a concept, it is an idea that Enagic for the next 50 years, I see the company going to new heights. And those of you who are with us on this journey, when you are hopping on the right train, you're going to get to a very beautiful destination. And I believe Enagic is the right train for everybody to be on, right? And this Enagic 2.0 adventure starts with this brand new technology called the emGuarde, which I'm very passionate about. And I travel the whole world to talk to people about the emGuarde. And it is Enagic's latest patented technology. Now, I just want to see by the chat box, who here already own? You own an emGuarde. Type me, M-E, in the chat box. Who here, you already have an emGuarde? Type me, M-E. All right, so Koti has an emGuarde. Ravi Kumar, there's one iPhone 13 Max. All right, so I think majority of you are Bolam, okay? Majority of you have not owned it yet. And I'm confident after tonight's Zoom, you don't just want to own it. You want to start the business of emGuarde in this pre-launch phase. All right, because it's so exciting. Now, let's look at why this technology is so important in our lives. When we look back at our lifestyle 30 years ago and today, it is very different. I think this is undeniable. You know, I'm 31, I'm turning 31 in a couple of days, and I grew up in that era where I never had the phone when I was a child. I never had the iPad. You know, I don't have internet. You know, even when you watch TV, my mom only gave me X amount of hours a day to watch TV. So that was our life, right? And I think some of you who are older than me, it's even more without internet and technology. So we were living in a more offline lifestyle. And in a way, that was good for us. You will see people that came from your generation or my generation. We had better attention span, better immunity, better eyesight. Now all the young kids are wearing these thick glasses. So we grew up in that generation. But when you look at how kids are growing up today, it's very different. Would you agree it's very different? Type 1 in the chat box. What are they addicted to on a daily basis? I'm talking about as young as 2 years old, 3 years old. What are they using every day? iPad, iPhone, games, right? All these computer games, technology, they are filled with it. And I'm not just talking about these things. How about in every single home, you have Wi-Fi routers, you have purifiers, you have LED lights, you have 5G coming up, 6G coming up. So these are things that actually impacts our health without you knowing it. Because radiation, we talk about electromagnetic radiation, you cannot smell it, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it. It is invisible. But there's already scientific evidence that it has really bad negative effects on our body. And today we're going to find out. Right? So these are the things are in every single home. And some of you, perhaps, do you use this? The wireless AirPods, right? If you don't use this, maybe some of your friends, you see them, they have it on their ears hours a day. All right? Or they have their phone, they have, if you had take a look at my own desk, my little home office desk, I have everything charging on my left. I have my router above. I have my lights. Of course, I got my emGuarde. I got a purifier there. I got everything. I got my iPad next to me. Everything is around me. And I'm here most of the time. So the environment that we're living in today makes it imperative or very important for us to own emGuarde, because emGuarde is here to protect us from all these invisible killer. We call it invisible killer, electromagnetic radiation. So that's why I believe that every single home in India, every single home in everywhere around the world needs an emGuarde. Who here agrees that every home in India needs an emGuarde? Type EM in the chat box. Every home needs to protect themselves or protect their young kids from radiation. You know, because let's be very real. It's very hard. It's very difficult to stop a child from using technology. If you stop them from the home, what do they do in the school? It is technology. So being practical, there is not much things you can do to reduce the consumption, because consumption will only increase. There are charts to show this. More and more things. Consumption will only increase. So now we need a solution to solve this problem. And that's where emGuarde comes in. right? So emGuarde is here to protect us from all these devices all around our homes. And if you can see the radiation, this is how it looks like. This is actually a animation from NASA. You can go onto their website. It's a very old animation, but basically what they say is in every single home, this is how it is. It is completely polluted with radiation, but you cannot see it, you cannot smell it, you cannot touch it. Now, this is actually a study, and interestingly, India came up with a lot of studies on radiation. India, a lot of the research and studies that I have read and I've consumed, a lot of them are from India. And even in this presentation, I think there are two studies that I use that is from India, Indian origins, Indian scientists, Indian medical people, and physicists. So it's not a new topic, but I believe in the market, there is no solid solution. And take a look at this study. It says radiation and male fertility. All right. Which means when you expose yourself to this kind of radiation, it has already been studied and quantified that it actually affects our fertility by reducing the sperm count, sperm motility, sperm morphology, sperm viability, and reducing antioxidants in the sperm cells. All right. So this is a huge topic because this is a very important part of every single males, right? People who are young, like me, some of the young people in the room. And this is just one thing what radiation can do. And let me ask you guys this. After seeing this study that it can actually affect radiation, can affect male fertility, what is the reason why it affects males so much? Because the gentleman in the room, where do we actually put our mobile phones? Can you guys type out, where do you put your mobile phone? Where do you put? Front pocket, right? The front pocket of your trousers, your pants, right? So that is one of the reasons why it affects our fertility a lot. So we have to reconsider, where are we putting our phones, right? Is it near our reproductive organs? Some people like to put it here. You know, they have a pocket here, they put it next to their heart. All very, very bad places. So we need to be more mindful about where we put our phones. And this is actually an EMF health survey that came out in 2019. And in this health survey, it says 871 people, there are 71% of them that said they are suffering from sleeping problem because of radiation. 64% said they are getting fatigue, which is tiredness because of radiation. 61% of them says they are suffering from concentration, memory, or learning problem because of radiation. Stress and anxiety, another 60% said that. Headaches, 52% of them also attributed their headaches. So if you take a look at that, a lot of these things are suffered by a lot of people, right? Could be you, could be some of your family, some of your friends. And if you look into the top 5 issues people are facing from this survey alone, there is one commonality. What is the commonality? The commonality is it all has to do with one major organ in our body, which is our brain. Correct? Sleeping problem, fatigue, concentration, stress, headache. All these things has to do with your brain. Because ladies and gentlemen, your brain gets affected by radiation the most. It is the most sensitive organ to radiation. Did you guys know that? Some of you, yes, some of you maybe no. Maybe it's new information. Our brain is so sensitive. But yet, people have no problem talking on the phone 1 hour on the phone. You know? So, we have to protect our brain. So, let's take a look at this. The World Health Organization in 2011 classified radio frequency electromagnetic field as possibly carcinogenic to humans, means it is cancer causing. And WHO already said this 14 years ago. This is not new. All right, this has been around for a long time. In 2023, France stopped the sales of iPhone 12 because iPhone 12 had high radiation levels than the other models. They even stopped it. So the world is waking up to the danger of radiation. But the world doesn't have a solution. The world just tells you reduce consumption, reduce usage, reduce exposure. But when you think about it, can you really live without your phone? Can you really reduce the usage by 50%? It's very difficult. Your family, your friends, your business, your Kangen business, your Enagic business, everything is on your phone, right? So it's not realistic. But now Enagic is providing us with a solution. In every single iPhone, if some of you are also using iPhone, they even ask you to reduce exposure to radio frequency energy, use the hands-free or the headphones. Even Apple themselves tell you about it. So these are all signs. These are all small cues or small clues that these companies are trying to protect themselves in case users get migraine or get all these medical issues, they cannot sue the company, right? So radiation, everybody knows about it. But how do we protect ourselves? All right. And more importantly, how does radiation affect young children more than adults? Let's listen from Dr. Satvinder Singh, which is a very popular doctor from Malaysia. And we had the chance to actually interview him for a very short time, and he talked about a very important factor, which is how radiation affect young children. So let's listen in this short clip.
The children's brain, like the hypothalamus, it tends to absorb 1.5 to 2 times more electromagnetic fields than an adult. But if you look at the child's bone marrow, it absorbs an amazing 10 times more electromagnetic radiation than an adult. The brain is much more absorbent, the skull is thinner, and because the relative size is smaller, if I give you the same dosage, your smaller tissue is going to absorb more than the bigger tissue. The first thing you have to do is keep the appliance that's emitting the radiation further apart from you, like handphones, off all power points when they're not in use. Number 3, you could use electromagnetic field harmonizers, which will balance out the radiation side effects from the appliance.
Right. So if you guys listen to some of the very important points he said, the brain of a child, the hypothalamus, which is part of the brain within the skull, absorbs 1.5 to 2 times more radiation than an adult. 1.5 to 2 times is a lot, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about 50% to 100% more. If you talk about 10, 20% more, maybe, okay, you don't care. But we're talking about 50 to 100% more than an adult. It's a lot. And the bone marrow absorbs 10 times more. What is 10 times? 1,000%. A child's bone marrow absorbs 1,000% more radiation than an adult. So my question to you is, do you think kids need to be protected from radiation? Of course, 100%. All right. So this is a very, very important thing. And I that's why I believe through all this knowledge that we have gathered, that's why the emGuarde is such an important product in every single Indian home. So let me explain to everybody here. Oh, now we have 81 people on the call. Welcome, everybody. Welcome those who have just joined us. Now I want to explain to you guys how the emGuarde works. Right? There's some alignment thing, whatever. So, by the way, these slides, ladies and gentlemen, is already on our Facebook group. Okay, so those of you who want to have these slides, it's already on our Facebook group. So later, I will let you guys know where you can download it. Now, how does the emGuarde work? Now, when you put an emGuarde in your living room, when you turn it on, what it does is it will start to reduce the radiation in the environment. That's what we want, right? We want to be an environment where there is lower level radiation. Ladies and gentlemen, it is impossible to reduce all radiation. Why? Because if emGuarde reduces all radiation, you won't be able to use your phone. You won't be able to connect to the internet. You won't be able to receive SMS, turn on your lights, turn on your air conditioning. Nothing will work because all these require radiation. So let's be very clear. emGuarde doesn't cancel all radiation. emGuarde reduces radiation. All right, very, very important. So how does it do it? It uses something called harmonic frequencies. So harmonic frequencies, it is sent out from the emGuarde to harmonize the environment. And there's a specific range of frequency that it suppresses or it harmonizes. It is between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. Why this specific frequency range? It's because between 3 to 1000 megahertz, any radiation that is between this frequency range, our human body absorbs extremely high levels of the radiation into our system. If it's above or below this range, our skin, our body naturally blocks a lot of the energy. But when it is in the specific range, our body absorbs a lot of it. So emGuarde is designed to protect us, the human body, from the most sensitive frequency range. So far, so good. If you're following me so far, type 2 in the chat box. So what is the coverage range? It is a 4-meter radius. 4-meter radius means 8-meter diameter. Okay? So it is a whole spherical protection. And that is how the emGuarde works. And emGuarde is able to harmonize the area, harmonize the environment without affecting the regular usage of your technology, which is very important, right? Because imagine I turn on the emGuarde, you cannot receive your signal anymore. You will be pissed off. You will turn off the emGuarde just to use your phone, correct? So that's not practical again. So how the emGuarde technology is so unique is that it is able to protect you, but without affecting your technology. That is the beautiful part. All right. Now, why does emGuarde do 3 to 1000? As I mentioned, our body absorbs a lot of radiation from this range. And if you want to be more specific, that range, according to FCC, which is the Federal Communication Commission in the US, they say the body absorbs a lot of radiation from 30 to 300 megahertz the most. So that is that even more specific range. So any radiation that is among this range, the body absorbs a lot of it. Why? Because all our body's resonating frequency, by the way, this study is also from India, aggregate frequencies of the body, right? It is between 50 to 90 megahertz. So it all falls in between the 30 to 300, right? So 50 to 90 falls between 30 to 300, and 30 to 300 is well within the harmonizing zone of emGuarde, which is 3 to 1000. So far, so good. So we are narrowing down, right? So I want you to look at a very important frequency. It is called the brain's frequency because, ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, your brain, you have to protect it. Because the moment your brain gets affected by frequency and radiation, that's where people suffer from all these issues. Headache, they cannot sleep, their hormonal imbalances, their the hypothalamus, the brain gets absorbing more. So all the issues starts from the brain. And the brain has a resonating frequency of 72 megahertz. So it's a very, very important frequency. So remember this specific frequency, 72 megahertz. And then I want to show you guys this video. This video also showcases, this is called the SDR software, where I tune it to specifically 72 megahertz to find out in this environment, are there frequencies that is the same or resonating with the human brain? And if there is, it is bad news because it will affect my brain more. So let's watch this video.
And it's gonna actually detect the electromagnetic interference in this area. So what David is going to do now, he's going to actually turn on the software. You can download this software on your Android phone. You just have to pay a couple dollars, you get the software. So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna. And the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay? So now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us? And what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to connect to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on. In 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum, it's gone down. I'm gonna unplug the emGuarde.
Talk about this suppression.
Alright, take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom, with the emGuarde turned on. If you guys are watching this, I want you guys to bring your emGuarde everywhere you go, especially in cities like this, and make sure you always keep yourself protected. See you guys soon.
Okay, so that is actually one of the tools that you guys can use to do the emGuarde demo as well, because that tool, you're able to see, not just for the emGuarde demo, but you're able to test in the environment, how high is the radiation level? And you saw in the video, it is extremely high. Okay. So those of you who want to know how to download the app, later I will share with you guys. Okay. You're not going to be, just the app is not enough. Yeah. Because you need the antenna. You need to know which one to buy. We're going to talk about that later. Okay. So that's one thing you guys can do. Now, so let's also understand a very important point. Okay. What are the key benefits of emGuarde in terms of our body, our health? How does it affect us? How does it give value to our health? Now, Dr. Magda Havas, she's a Canadian researcher, and she wants to find out what is the biological effects of electromagnetic radiation on our body. And this is what she found out. She found out that when we surround ourselves with technology, our blood starts to form something called rouleau formation. Okay, I'll type that in the chat box. Rouleau formation. Now, what is rouleau formation? Rouleau formation is when your blood cells start to stick together. And ladies and gentlemen, let me ask everybody a question. When your blood cells start to stick together, you know, it's like a sausage, a big roll of sausage or like a Pringles. Is it good news or bad news? Type in the chat box. Good for you or bad for you? Those of you who knows about this, you have been in the Kangen business, you know the answer, right? It is very bad news. Why? Because when your blood is stuck together, you've got poor circulation, low oxygen transport, reduced waste removal, headache, fatigue, difficulty concentrating, numbness, tingling. All these issues starts to come. And once the moment your body's blood circulation is poor, everything starts to fail. So in a clean EMR environment, our red blood cells are supposed to be free-flowing. But the moment we spend about 70 minutes on the computer, it starts to stack. The moment we have only 10 minutes on the wireless phone, this one, our best friend, 10 minutes, our rouleau formation is the worst. And she has found this out in the study. And there's a YouTube link that you guys can also watch. You can click on the link on the file the moment you guys get it. So this is a huge thing. And let's watch the next video where we get a Malaysian doctor to actually put this to the test. Whether a mobile phone, just by using a mobile phone, does it really make our blood come up all together? And how can emGuarde prevent this from happening? So let's watch.
So what we can do is, you get on your phone for maybe close to about half an hour, holding it, and then we'll check again and see how does the capillary blood look like.
It looked like my first blood test result was clean, with no signs of blood clotting or blood clumps. But would just 30 minutes of cell phone usage really do any harm at all to my body? I hope not. Let's find out.
Okay, let's have a look. So you can see all the cells now being stacked. See, all of them you cannot see those loose cells. You can see most of the cells now all stacked.
Clumped up together, right?
Exactly. Just look at that. The big message is always to try to reduce our exposure. It's almost impossible not to use, but try to be a bit more cautious in the usage.
So the thing is, I know you say it's better to reduce. It's impossible for somebody like me, and I'm sure there's lots of people out there that also need to be holding their phones. So is there anything I can do?
This is the device that can actually help harmonize your electromagnetic frequency wave. And you want to see how it works?
Sure.
Come.
With the environment harmonizer turned on beside me, Dr. Roland and I proceeded to do a third blood test to see just how well this technology supposedly suppresses EMR. Okay, so this looks completely different to the last test, doesn't it?
Yep. Clearly looks different, lesser rule of formation.
Take a look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, is this amazing? If this is amazing, type amazing in the chat box. Before and after the emGuarde. Can you guys see that? Huge, huge difference. And in fact, the picture on the left, the rouleau formation, Dr. Magda also says this kind of blood formation, she sees it in two types of people. Actually, three types, but mainly these two types. The two types of people are diabetic patients, high sugar level, and cancer patients. So people who have diabetes and cancer, their blood is normally like that. But what is the third type of people? The third type of people are people like us, that we use a lot of phone technology. We can also get this kind of blood formation. But I got no diabetes, I got no cancer. But it can form in my body the moment I use this. That is scary. And this is something that no doctor, no association, no government will tell you. Because if they tell you about this, then people start to question, hey, how can you sell this phone? How can you put the 5G tower in my my garden, or my street or my compound? People start to question. So we have to be very critical in our thinking. All right, and start to protect ourselves from this kind of radiation harm. And now emGuarde can actually do this for us. And how much is the emGuarde product? It is the price of a new phone. With the price of a new phone, you invest in your health. You invest in the protection of not just you, but your entire family. So who here, you already love the emGuarde and you want the emGuarde? Type 1 in the chat box. This is amazing. And by the way, it doesn't just do this one time. Huh? It does this as long as it's on. It protects everybody in that area remotely, because I don't have to hold the emGuarde. I don't have to put it next to me. I don't have to consume the emGuarde. There's nothing to consume. It is a device that protects you 24/7 silently. But it gives you the protection. It's absolutely amazing. Right? So we have also done it for our own, my own downlines. The results are the same. In fact, we have done it to more than 30 of our downlines. So those of you who want to do it in India, get your emGuarde. Okay? Get a simple microscope. You can buy it on online from China or Alibaba or whatever. All right, these microscopes are not expensive. And make sure the microscope has a LCD screen. That's it. Maybe it costs about 200 to maybe 300 US for a microscope. And before you do the blood test, don't drink Kangen water, don't drink coffee, fast, no food. You do a controlled test. Then you can see the real result. So far, so good. So that is the emGuarde, ladies and gentlemen. Very easy to explain. In fact, I'm explaining it so effortlessly. Why? Because it is like explaining to you why you need insurance. Everybody needs insurance, correct? It's whether you buy from company A, company B, company C. But now, it's like I'm selling you insurance, but I'm the only person that have insurance. You get what I'm saying? I got no competitor because emGuarde doesn't have competitor. So it's very, very powerful because to me, everybody needs it. And the moment where you're selling, to me, when you're selling something that is a necessity, it is so easy to sell, right? Easy integration, covers your 8 meters, Type-C cable, low running costs, one device, big coverage, and no maintenance. Very, very simple. And these are all the places that you need the emGuarde. You need it in your home, especially in your living room, your office, restaurant, gaming room, bedroom, car, vehicle, when you're traveling. I know, I know in India, I've been there many times as well. Not as many times as Mingwei, but the traffic is horrible. So people get stuck in their car for hours, right? And the car emits a lot of radiation. So a lot of our customers, my customers and my team, what do? They have the emGuarde also in their car. So if you look at this, one home actually needs multiple emGuardes. They need maybe 3 at the home. They will need 1 for the car. Maybe for those of you who are distributors, you need 1 more for demo or doing, you guys do a lot of seminars. So you guys actually sell multiple units per client. And that's what I've been able to do. That's how I've been able to rank up so fast in the last 11 months, is because emGuarde people don't just buy 1. Kangen machine, people buy 1. They live in a big house, they buy 1. emGuarde, they live in a big house, they buy 5, they buy 6, they buy even 10 for 1 home. Is that good news? Type 1 if that is good news. where people actually need to buy multiple units. So when people buy multiple units, what does that also mean for us distributors? We rank up a lot faster. Right? We rank up a lot faster. Okay? So it's very, very exciting.
Didn't he do such amazing? No wonder he is the top leader in the world for emGuarde today. And guys, after hearing him, I'm so excited. I'll tell you why. Because we've already launched emGuarde in many different places all around the world, and we are excited for India. emGuarde is going to do huge things for India. Number one, we're going to bring the sales of India up. It's definitely going to boost the sale. Number two is going to bring in more distributors into India. Fantastic. Number three is now people, they're not going to be buying one product. They'll be buying multiple products. Like Simon said before, okay? You go to the house, small apartment. How many Kangen machines they buy? One. You go to big house. How many Kangen machines they buy? One. But if for emGuarde, this little fellow over here, people will be buying more than one. It's a huge opportunity. Amazing. In fact, what actually my father has done is this. My father and myself, we are so excited because how we started India 10 years ago was we had our great leader, Dr. Pavan, just now here in the room with us today. He was the first person to fly to Malaysia to buy his Kangen machine before Enagic India launched. And he didn't stop there. He came back with many people over and over and over again to come to Malaysia, get training, come visit us in Malaysia, have a short holiday and learn about Enagic and go back to India, which is why we're doing this thing for you. So everybody knows right now that you will be buying your product from Malaysia, correct? Now, there's two options you can do. You can buy the product, pay the shipping, ship it to India, pay the customs duty, and then you get your product. Okay? All in, plus minus 160,000, including taxes. Taxes is very costly in India. Or you can option number two. Option number two, don't pay shipping. Fly to Malaysia. Pick up the product yourself. Okay, in person. Come visit us. Come visit my family. Come visit our Enagic Malaysia office. We will do special training for you guys. Okay, and then you will learn all